While chess is a strategic game between two minds going through various variations, it's also an opportunity to understand different utilitarian methods of thinking, that can help you throughout the endeavors you face in life. We've seen many grandmasters with many grand achievements, but none other than Mr. Maurice Ashley. Mr. Ashley, who discovered chess in Jamaica through his brother and friends, went on to become more serious about chess throughout the high school years that he spent throughout the United States. Even through college, Mr. Ashley competed in an intercollegiate team competition representing his university. But most historical, in 1999, on March 14th, Mr. Ashley beat major West to become the very first 700 grand winner.
Please don't move your vehicle. Maurice Ashley!
Thank you so much. I really your stay for the possible to take a seat. I'm going to be here for a minute, and I'd love for you to just get relaxed. It's supposed to be like an intimate gathering, and part of it's going to be a beautiful day. So hopefully you can settle in. Much better. I can see everybody's faces now. Well, thank you so much, Detroit, Motown. Hey. Happy to be here. I want to say 20 years. Was it not 20? What was I here?
19 years.
12, 13? Really? I remember I got to give up to my man, Malcolm Lewis. I don't know how many of you know Malcolm Lewis, but Malcolm was a very dear friend. He's since passed on. And he would bring me here, brought me here a couple of times. I was able to hang out. Malcolm and I used to talk major trash around basketball. Because I'm a New Yorker, and I would be talking Knicks, and he'd be talking Pistons.
No, Mr. Lewis.
And it was always ugly. It was always ugly. No matter what I said, he'd be all over me, telling me, oh, you, the bad boys, championship. And Chauncey Billups. And I'd be like, yeah, we didn't won championships in 1973, so there's not much I can say. But I really dearly remember him, and happily now relive those memories as I'm here with you all. How many of you here play chess? Okay, mostly kids I see throwing their hands up. How many of you here can beat me? I usually at least get one hand. That's a slashing hobby. I see Cherise put her hand up. That's what's up. Yeah, Cherise. I like confidence. I really think confidence takes you a long way. Myself, I heard May mention about making history as a grandmaster. I'd have to say that was a very important accomplishment for me. Very important accomplishment. But I do feel a little wistful about it right now because I'm still the only black grandmaster in the United States. Yeah, I heard this been out, but yeah, it's legit. And that happened in 1999. So I'm a little bit, when it happened at the time, I had said, when I was being interviewed, that it's great to be the first, but only if there's going to be a second, and third, and fourth, and 10th, and I was looking forward to seeing people follow in my footsteps. And it's been 23 years. A lot of these people weren't even born when it happened. So it's all like ancient history now, frankly. Shows that I'm getting old, but I mean, it's weird that that has been the case. And I didn't realize how much of a challenge it would actually be to get to the Grandmaster title. I grew up in Brooklyn, in New York City. I grew up in BK. And I'm from Jamaica originally, but I moved to the U.S. when I was 12 years old. And I grew up in Brooklyn, and they played chess in the parks. And we have a robust park scene in Brooklyn. They trash talk you when you play chess. Trust me, don't bring money when you go to play chess in Brooklyn, because you will be broke by the time it's over. But I wanted to play them, and they would trash talk me. And in Brooklyn, we have a whole different scene around chess. People think chess is quiet. No, chess is not quiet. Not only is there trash talking, there's music blasting. We're in the park, so they're blasting music, soul music, hip hop, jazz, you name it. You're hearing all this music going on, the trash talking is going on, and they're blowing smoke in your face. You drop the check, put that out. But that was the way we grew up. It was serious, and we weren't distracted by anything. I didn't care, sirens going off, you're hearing a gunshot off in the distance. We were playing chess. This is what we do. We were chess players. And so I ended up growing up in that environment of high school playing chess. I couldn't make my high school team. Now imagine a future grandmaster couldn't make his high school team. That's really sad. But now I think we all know. But growing up in that environment really toughened me up for the competitive world of chess. And I wonder, what was different? What was different about me? Did it help that I came from a competitive family? I don't know how many of you know, but my brother, older brother Devon, was a 3-time world champion kickboxer. World champion. My younger sister Alicia, she was a 6-time world champion boxer. In fact, she's in the Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest boxer to win a title, male or female. Literally, Guinness has sent her, and I've seen it, the plaque, it says, Guinness Book of World Records is the oldest to ever win a title. She won 6 titles. So in our family, we have a world champion kickboxer, world champion boxer, and a grandmaster who never became a world champion. So I'm like the Scrub family. But we all are in the Hall of Fame and I respect the sport. So maybe it was that competitive attitude that came from the way we were brought up. We never, for once, thought that we would not make it if we tried to do something. We weren't going to get it. So growing up in Brooklyn was tough. Then I came up in Manhattan and played in clubs and played against the grandmasters at the clubs. And sooner or later I got better and better and got this passion, this drive to want to beat every last one of them. I started traveling a bit, going to get my international master norms, eventually getting my grandmaster norms, and getting the title, like I said, in 1999. It was a long journey. It took me until I was 33 years old. Now, nowadays, kids are becoming grandmasters at like 15, 16. The record is actually 12. The youngest grandmaster in history is a 12-year-old, Abhimanyu Mishra, who's from New Jersey. And he was playing chess since he was 4. And that's all he does, play chess all day, every day, playing chess all the time. So for me to get it at 33 is definitely a pretty old age comparatively. But I see some kids here who are chess players, and I hope it's one of these days that we see some grandmasters coming out of you. Which of you kids are going to become grandmasters? No grandmasters? Any of you going to become grandmasters? I don't see any hands. I'm wondering what's a grandmaster? Well, okay, we got one hand. Give it up for the brave one who put his hand up. It's a hard path. It's a hard call. There are about 1,900 grandmasters in the world, 1,700 active ones, and then there's me living in the United States is the only one. You know, you see what I'm saying? You see why I'm bothering. I'm definitely bothering. I'm working on that, by the way, to try to make a difference there. So I've also coached international championship titles. My teams have won the championship. Actually, my very first title that I ever won with the team was in 1991 in Dearborn, Michigan. Yeah. Driving on the car like Dearborn, 1991. We won the U.S. Junior High School Championship. Our team was called the Raging Rooks. And And Dearborn is dear to my heart forever because of that one victory in 1991. Our kids were superstars after that. We were front page of the New York Times. They ended up getting scholarships and trips to London and the whole nine. It was just an amazing victory when we won and made the front page of the newspaper. People were surprised that kids from Central Harlem would actually go and win a national title. I don't know why they were surprised, because after that, a whole bunch of kids had winning titles, titles, trophies, and the like. But that was a big news we made back in 91, and it's thanks to Dearborn, Michigan. I actually don't even remember the hotel. I want to go look up the hotel so I can visit and just take a step in. This is it. So we gotta go do that research. Somebody need to do that research and we can drive over there and maybe put a plaque up.
It changed ownership. We play there something. It changed ownership. I think it was the Regency then.
It changed ownership?
It's called something different, but we play chess there a few times a year.
Oh yeah? So you're there from time to time. Well then there we go. We're gonna have to show you where it is. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I want to make it happen before I leave. So again, this title is taking me places. I've been able to travel all around the world. I was saying earlier to Mr. Fight, who is an extraordinary person. How many of you know Mr. Fight?
It'd be amazing.
Mr. Fight's the man. Give it up for Mr. Fight. An extraordinary human being. We've been plugging at him for years and years and years, and I'm so grateful for him to invite me back. I've known him like a brother for years. And plugging away at creating stars. I love the work he does. I told him earlier, I've been to 8 countries in Africa. I've been to Kenya, Namibia, Madagascar, West Coast Africa, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Ghana, Tanzania, Rwanda, I feel like I'm leaving South Africa as well. So I've been all around Africa and being able to bring this game, national game of chess, all around the globe. It's just been a real blessing. And it's been my life story to push this beautiful game to kids, kids that look like us, look like me anyway. And it's just been a real pleasure and honor. So, again, this is supposed to be a bit more of an intimate discussion. We are talking my life, of course, but I'm sure you all have questions. I don't want to talk too long without giving you the opportunity to ask me some questions. If anybody curious about anything whatsoever, please feel free to ask. I'm ready to answer, and we'll keep going from there. So, anyone with any questions? Yes. What made me start playing chess? My big brother, Devon, who was a martial artist, he played chess with his friends. I was just one behind him. He's 8 years older than me, and I was just one behind him. Whatever he did, I wanted to do. So they played a lot of games, and chess was one of the games. So that's when I first started. But what really got me into chess was getting my butt whooped in high school with my friend, Terry Polis. Beat me real bad the first time I thought I knew how to play. It was sophomore year of high school. I thought I knew how to play. Played him, Chico, I call him Chico. He just beat on me like stepdad. Like, it was ugly. It was ugly when it was just ridiculous. And then I saw a book in the library, and I didn't even know there were chess books. So I checked the book out of the library. I'm like, is it a chess book? I'm going to beat on Chico now. Check the book out of the library. I read the book cover to cover. There's all these funky names, all these famous Russians, Botvinnik, Smyslov, also Capablanca, all these famous players. I'm like, I don't know who they are, but these moves are good. I studied the whole book. I go back to school, and I'm like, oh, Chico, let's play. And he's you won't get. So we sit down and play, and he whooped me again. And it turns out that he had read like 10 chess books. And I'm so dumb that maybe one book was going to be enough. And it was on after that. I played every day after school. When I say every day, I'm straight up serious. We played every day after school. Chess became my obsession. It became like a job. It was like an after school job. It's all I did. Me and my friends hang out, play 3-4 hours after school. And when I went home, did my homework, studied chess. And it just became that kind of obsession. I couldn't stop. Then I finally beat him. And then I just kept beating on him after that. So, yes.
I'd like to get your thoughts on how do you feel with technology, play online, and all the different light tests and square offs has impacted the game. as you probably understood it 10, 15, 20 years ago?
It's magical. Your question is about technology and chess now. It's really magical what's happening. Kids, I see the kids here who could be future chess players. Before, if we wanted to get information about chess, it was either books or magazines that took months to get to you. Big game might have happened in Russia somewhere, and you wouldn't see it in the magazine for a couple of months. Now, these things are magic. Magnus Carlsen is playing.
Is that mic for questions?
Yeah, for questions. Yeah.
And you can watch the game live and get the files, PGN files, instantly and start studying the best of the best of the best. Right now, you're getting commentary. I know, you're getting live commentary from people like Tanya Sanchez, myself, Jackson Stillman, big time men saying, hey, that move, the reason why that move was played is because of blah, 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 blah. Man, I would have killed that. If a grandmaster be giving you information immediately as it's happening, then you can even tweet at them and get your question answered. Boy, that's happening. You can even tweet at them and get your questions answered immediately.
No, it's for questions.
Like, that's insane.
For questions.
Kids now are like,
You could bring it questions.
Dark Ages? Yeah, we live in the Dark Ages. That's exactly right. Couldn't get that information. I remember my friends would get books in other languages. We had a school called Black Bear School. It was just a bunch of brothers in Brooklyn who studied chess. Black Bear School, they would get books in German and in Russian. Wouldn't be able to speak any German. And Russian, the alphabet is different. It's a Cyrillic alphabet. They would get out a dictionary. What's that word? What do those squiggly lines look like? Okay, I think it's, okay, it looks like not yeah. And they look, and then they break down word by word and translate the Russian books. This was like the secret files. Hey, look at this good stuff. They printed in Russian, right? Or in German, the Weltgeschichte. Yeah, those are the magazines breaking down, reading, or what is this or what does this say? That's how serious we were about chess. Now, you just press a button, Google Translate, wham, and you're done. So that's the kind of effort we would put in to get better at this game, because for us, it was more than just a game, it was life. So technology, what it can do for kids today, it's remarkable. It's remarkable. To me, there's no excuse not to be able to get good at chess if you really want it. It's all at your fingertips and money.
But bring in the mic. Good question.
Of course I studied volleyball. I studied every world champion. It's like if you're a basketball player.
Just bring it to whoever's
right?
question.
You go a basketball player. I could start with the first world champion, Steinitz, went back in the 1880s, take you to Lasker, to Capablanca, to Alpine, to Irvin beating Alpine beating Irvin, the rematch, Alpine dying, Vinny taking over the title. After that, Tyron Bronstein losing to Smith-Loss beats Vinny beats him back, then loses to Tom, Vinny beats Tom back. And then Vinny loses finally the Trojan goes on to beat to play Spassky beats the Trojan. Then Spassky plays Bobby Fischer beats him. Fischer says, I'm not playing in the rematch. And Karpov takes over. Karpov beats Korchnoi 3 times, and then he plays Kasparov, they play a long match, 47 games. Nobody wins. They have to stop that match, play another match. Kasparov wins that match. After that, he goes on. Hey, I can keep going. I'm now in the 1980s. 1995, he plays with Anand. By the time Anand match goes around, they're playing in the World Trade Center in New York City. Guess who's doing commentary? All right, well, I got history. This is a history I studied before. Suddenly I'm stepping into history and being part of that history. And then, of course, the Sparrow loses with Kramnik, and then Kramnik has to play Topalov, and then Kramnik has to do Anand keeps his title, and then loses to Magnus Carlsen, who is still the champion today. So, yes, I study everything. But Mike was like, look, now he's chilling. We grew up around. Mike was getting in trouble. Mike must have been like arrested 60 times by the time he was 16 years old. I was a quiet kid. I chilled and stayed out of trouble. So Mike and I, Brooklyn's big enough, that Brownsville big enough, that even though we lived in the same neighborhood, we never saw each other. Big. Brooklyn and Brownsville, the neighborhoods Brooklyn can be. I later would talk to Mike Tyson only via FaceTime. Recently, actually, this year, for the very first time, I talked to Mike Tyson this year. And we had a good time. When I told him I grew up in Brownsville, the first thing he said is, which hospital are you going at? Which hospital? I said, I wasn't born in the U.S., I was born in Jamaica. So we were Brookdale Hospital, was like the neighborhood hospital, is Kings County as well. But Mike's a good guy. He's turned his life around, and he's on a good path now. I love what he's doing right now. But we were honored recently with a wall in Brooklyn, in Brownsville. Me, Mike, Bernadette Stannis, who played Thelma on Good Times. For those of us who are old enough to remember Good Times. A World Be Free, famous basketball player from back in the day. All of us were from Brownsville. So they put us up on a mural in Brownsville. You can check out my website, my Instagram page. You'll see the mural with me and the rest of them. Boxers, a lot of names. And it's cool. You know, we came from Brownsville, was the hood, but like Tupac said, the roads like from concrete. So we made good.
Maurice, you talked about your level of dedication in terms of playing after school every day. Can you tell us, since there hasn't been another Black Grandmaster since you, what do you think is the dedication level in terms of hours a week, commitment to the game, that it takes to become the next African-American Grandmaster?
So, yeah, you made that interesting adjustment because there have been Black Grandmasters, right, elsewhere. Montes Carlson, Sweden, Eddie Solomon, South Africa. Amansu Ntule in Zambia. They have grandmasters in Cuba as well. So they're flexible with their identity in Latin America. But here in the United States, it has been surprising because we have had people who are trying. Like Justice Williams, for example, who's an international master, 23, maybe just turned 24. And when I talk to him, it's hard because he's got a life. And usually what happens is, if you don't do it when you're young, then the odds just drop dramatically. So I kept pursuing it into relatively old age. By the time I was a grandmaster, I had a kid. It doesn't help that you've got responsibilities, you've got to pay bills. Chess at the time was not paying the bills in a way that you could just say, I'm just going to play chess. It just wasn't feasible. And now, in order to make money at chess, you got to be a top player. If you're not, then you're going to coach. But if you're coaching and trying to travel the world, trying to chase down those norms that you need to become a grandmaster, it's very, very hard. So it requires a special kind of kid and a special kind of family support to say, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to spend our money on this. And you're going to get the coaching you need. You're going to be able to travel to the places you need to travel to. The family's going to put their time out. You know, it's like gymnastics. You see the same thing happen in gymnastics. You see the same thing happen in swimming. These sports where parents have to be as dedicated as the child. Now, me, I don't get it. My mother hated chess. Honestly, my mother hated chess. My mother, when I first showed her my master's certificate, she thought it was a random game. And I first showed her the master's certificate I got, not grandmaster, not even close to grandmaster, but a master's certificate, which was a pretty good accomplishment. The U.S. Chess Federation mails me this certificate. Maurice was awarded the title of National Master as awarded by the U.S. Chess Federation. That's an accomplishment, right? I brought it up, showed it to my mother. She's from Jamaica, so I'm going to say it in popular, make it blunt. She looked at the paper, the first words out of her mouth were, "Where the money then?" Translation, where's the money? Show me the money. And I'm like, I'm a master. No, I'm just master. What are you talking about? Where the money then? So I had to really push on my own against my mother's wishes, who thought that I should go to college, get a degree in accounting, engineering, doctor, lawyer, whatever it takes, because she had sacrificed a lot of years of her life as a single mom to get us what she thought was the best chance to become successful. And none of us ended up caring about our college degrees. So at that point, it didn't work. But we all ended up successful anyway. So I think the kind of mindset that it takes, I mean, it's just, you gotta have the talent, but the talent's not enough. You gotta have the hard work, the hard work's not enough. You gotta have the resources. Maybe that's not enough. You gotta have the family support. Maybe that's not enough, right? There's gotta be a certain grit, determination, and even something of love to make it all come together. So it's not an easy quest. I get it. But I feel like if I can do it, then some other kid must do it. It doesn't make any sense.
Good.
But we'll see. We'll see as time passes out. Yes.
I wanted to ask a question. There's a person who I've been arguing with for about maybe 5 years, and it's about a little bit about chess history. After Fisher had beat Spassky and Karpov won a lot of tournaments, had Fisher played Karpov, who do you think would have won? Sorry.
Yeah, I get the question. You know, that's like, what if Michael played Kobe one-on-one? Who do you think would have won? That kind of stuff. I think it's impossible. I understand you and your friend have been arguing for 5 years. You might be arguing for another 5 years. Because I think it's impossible to answer that question. Fisher was at the peak of his powers, no question about it. So if I had to put money on it, you roll it, put the money down, Maurice, I would have said Fisher would win. That's if I had to put money on it. But Karpov was rising. Usually the young ones are coming up on the next ones. So I think Karpov would have had a shot. But again, I would personally, I don't know which side you're on, but I would have bet money on Fisher myself. Because he was a beast, and he had a will to win that was unparalleled. Just absolutely unparalleled. Which side of the argument are you on?
I was playing chess back in '83. I started thinking back into '81. My team was playing back then,
but they would have played in '75, so that's a 4 year. Well, you said you had an argument with your friend, so which side of the argument are you on?
I'm a Fisher fan. That's what I grew up
Oh, so then I want Fisher, so then I made you happy.
I already knew what it was for. I already knew Fisher was going to win. I just wanted you to confirm it. It wasn't based on you. Thank you.
Okay.
But no, that's it.
Hey, Maurice, if you don't mind, I don't want to be out of place. But if, no, I'm sorry. Maurice, I don't want to be out of place. It's not my place to even say what I'm going to say. But if you wouldn't mind, for the sake of all of the young people, the young minds that are in here, if you could maybe redress the statement that you said that, in my interpretation of what you said about the college component. A lot of kids need to embrace the thinking process of logic of chess, but they also need to be thinking that in order for me to get from A to B, that I cannot avoid, the college aspect of it. Now, college doesn't, necessarily 100% guarantee anything, but it is the projection and the trajectory that the young mind should be in pursuit of.
Well, the three of us all have college degrees, being our brother and my sister. So if you felt that I was denigrating college, I certainly wasn't. And the path to college is the college that I preach to young people who play chess. Because not everybody's going to become a chess grandmaster. And even if you become a chess grandmaster, the options to really make a living at it are very much restricted. So I've been very fortunate to be able to pursue my career and be successful at it. But traditionally, when I teach chess to young people, all the champions that I've taught, it's you use these skills to excel at what else you're going to do in life, not to become chess champions necessarily. The ones who are going to become chess champions, they have a mark. They're not going to be able to stop themselves. So I'm not going to be able to stop them either. But as far as young kids are concerned, invariably they use the same set of skills to teach with chess in order to be successful in high school, and then in university, and then in jobs far beyond. And I watch some of my students come back and tell me the incredible success that they've managed to achieve in other fields because of those skill sets that we learn in chess. So no question about it, college is an important route.
This is the last question.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming. I had a question on a similar line as the educational, chess is an educational tool versus a competitive tool. I think many of our top players don't actually end up going to college, but most, we have a program in university prep, math and science. It's our biggest program, and it's specifically as an educational tool to get people involved in math and science. I would say the vast majority never end up competing in a tournament. So I don't know if you had a comment on just chess as a general educational tool to get people interested in using their minds, math and science versus competitive chess.
If I understand your question, is to address the idea of chess as an educational tool?
Yeah, as a lot of our top students don't end up playing chess, like James Caney.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
absolutely, and I think I just mentioned that. Chess is just that. Chess is a wonderful way of training the mind. My whole approach to life has been built on the principles that I learned in chess. And it's extremely educational. But the last thing these kids want to hear is that what they want to do is they want to play chess. And what happens is the parents know the benefits of chess. So you don't have to really preach that to your kids. Chess is like preaching the benefits of exercise if the kid's already running outside and running around and playing. They're going to get exercise because they're running around and playing. They're going to get all the benefits because they're enjoying themselves. So the first thing is that they should enjoy themselves. You won't have to preach to them that chess is good for them. It's going to sound like medicine. We don't want, that's the last thing we want. We want them to enjoy it. And if they're enjoying it and they want to go to tournaments and they want to win, they're going to put the effort in. And then immediately chess is just going to help the discipline. It's going to help the sharpness of mind and clarity of mind. It's just going to happen by itself. So I think that's very important to understand. We don't need the message in order, we don't need to preach the message in order for it to get across.
Thank you, Maurice. We appreciate your question there.
Thank you.
Like to say, give him a round of applause.
So I know next I'm supposed to be playing some Blitz because apparently people want to play me as well as Blitz, which is cool. I see my man going from all the way from Columbus, Ohio. How do we get all the way from Columbus?
I'm from here.
You're from?
Yeah. I met you out of Columbus.
That's why you got me. Okay. I was whooping on him a couple of weeks ago. I'm just not calling him out. He's probably looking for his revenge. I'm just beat down. But I'm here to play. So I'd like to play the kids first, with that opportunity. And then later, they probably got to go to sleep and stuff, and then later we can hang out with the adults. And it'll be a long evening, but let's have a good time. All right? Thank you so much for coming.
Those of you who don't know me, introduce myself. My name is Sherman L. Reddick. I am the former first and former executive director of Choice Chess Club. I go way back. Dennis. I was here the first time that International Grandmaster actually came to Detroit, and he was on behalf of the Choice Chess Club. What we did then was in order to recognize the accomplishments of the kids that dedicated themselves to playing this game and being disciplined, learning the principles, and achieving, because they had 1 or 2 back-to-back national championships. And we thought that it was important that we recognize those achievements. We wanted to put them on par with the kind of recognition that athletes get. Being named all-city, all-state, national champions, and that kind of thing. So we decided that we were going to put together a bank, a formal bank, where everybody would dress up in their finest, except, you're not going to get to tuxedos and after 5 or so. Just dress up, shirt, tie, that kind of thing. And the banquet was held at the Detroit Yacht Club. And we had some assistance in getting International Grandmaster actually here to Detroit. I think it was the late coach Malcolm Lewis, who's a friend of Judge Red Mathis, who was a friend of International Grandmaster Ashley. And they assisted us in bringing it here along with UAW4, Region 1, who was under the presidency of Jimmy Sellers and Frank Woods and those guys. They helped us bring Master Ashley here. He was our keynote speaker. And he did a radio interview with Darren Dumas that Friday night. He did an exhibition out of all the men that Saturday morning. He did that Saturday night. He came and spoke at the banquet of the Detroit City Chess Club. So we're excited that he was able to come back for a second time on behalf of the Detroit City Chess Club. And we want to tell him thank you. We want to show him our appreciation by giving him a good go as he sits across the board from the players of Detroit. Detroit is known as love to tumble, hard-working, bottom great city. Let's show him. He's going to go back to Detroit. When they figure himself pretty tough. So, let's show him how tough Detroit is. Give him a good go. All right? All right. Let's have fun.
Okay, everybody, Mr. Maurice Ashley is about to play some chess. We want to watch run at its best. Come over here and watch Grandmaster Maurice Ashley around the pen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let them know when you need to. Hold it down. You can let them know that you need to.
Sharp. Now I'm old and slow. Yeah. They still tough.
I'm a kid, I'm in it up. No kid, I think a little kid. I'm a real kid that's been waiting. I think a little kid first. I'm old enough to get a picture.
Alright, so
Maurice, our top player. We don't have anyone here over 2,000. D. Wilder's like 2,100.
kids.
Maurice and D are the top players.
I need a young
Any kid.
You want to play your first game?
Oh, no, he's not ready.
You want to play, man? You got courage? Go ahead.
I'm kind of scared.
Go ahead, man.
Hey, DJ.
Go ahead.
I'm playing tomorrow.
So play another.
That means it's quick. It's 2-1.
You guys watch your Sharice?
Right, Sharif.
I got your back, Sharice.
Go ahead, David. Time control is 2 minutes, or was it 5?
He has 1, yeah.
1 and 2? Oh.
Try to figure that one out.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Wow. Whoa. Touch? It's touch, right?
She drew Nakamura in the simul too.
Okay, I'll give that to you.
She our top player.
If you get 2 games.
No. This was a hustle.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, don't be shy. You want to play? Go.
Play it.
Hey, don't be shy. You can play. Here, go ahead.
Jonathan. You do next one?
Hey.
He's kind of missed.
That was fun.
Oh, you gotta listen.
He like grabbed that piece.
It's for the experience.
Why isn't anybody saying?
Right. Come on.
Ready?
I got live on YouTube, probably like 40 minutes. Wow. I got just searched Maurice Ashley, Detroit City Chess Club, about 40 minutes in the video.
I think I followed your YouTube. Is there like
Yeah, do vid. I'm live right now. So
Who's next? Who's next?
you got a list? You got the next one up in the queue? But you? Okay, you just keep the next one up in the queue so we don't have to wait. Good. You go. Is that for you?
Yeah.
Okay, man. They try to be ready so they don't have to wait. And I try to get the person next ready to. So be ready and if you find the person who's after you.
That's what everybody's doing. It's gonna be the best dressed game of chess ever. God, pick up the seeds. Oh my. One minute game up. Oh, you're almost done. Okay. Get past. Get past. In your house. Yeah, he is. In your house.
I'm not paying attention.
Too late for all that. Ooh, yeah.
And just like everyone who's playing
Right
this
back.
rotation to get 3 games.
Right behind you.
Derek. Yep. 3 games, sir.
That was cool.
Are you from the camp or something?
He's at work.
They're working. Okay, make that money.
I need 3 minutes. That's not scary.
Here, the school one is 2,000. Player. Hey, go into the I already got beat. I'm supposed to hit you off, man. I need all of that.
He's got a podcast too. He's our Detroit podcaster, chess podcaster.
Allow him. Add him in the rotation. Same hand, same hand.
They didn't even give me the gas or nothing. All day.
Old stuff. Oh. Wow. Really? Here comes shot.
Yep. Coach Dominic.
Coach Dominic. Coach Dominic.
Gotta invite him on your podcast, man. Stop. Invite him on your podcast.
If you want some juice, we got grape juice.
You play. You play.
I already lost 2 games.
Oh man, oh, this won't be easy. Why I feel like you won't even want to play me? Let me see. What did I say against Nakamura? The Just?
He's our best trash talker.
No, he's our best trash talker. So what are we doing? Like,
His play.
by the ones when we change the box? Nah, I don't want you to touch the clock. Yeah, I'm only doing this for Mr. Lewis. We can't. You one of those. Oh, you got it. You like that, though? Yeah. Where we going?
Get back.
Oh, man. Well, I was trying to get a new center position. Like, hey, look at this guy. Oh, you like this type of stuff. Just in case. Whoa. He want to draw, y'all. Judge. Oh, they're trying to draw? This is not a draw, folks. Maurice actually taught me the fishing moves. I'm going to tell you it's like in 25 seconds.
Andy's talking trash.
I would never. Whoa! I'm going to tell you something about in-game. I am the worst in-game player in the world. Pawns have no home. They must be gone. Ooh. Just. That's just. Whoa. I didn't do this 4 seconds, did it? I can't do this. Oh. Woo!
Take another. Go ahead, take another. Oh, no, it's all right. You beat me easy.
Alright, Kevin Ball.
Kevin Ball.
I was meant for that too.
Hey,
Apparently, so do I.
you go ahead. Hey, good.
Fox, you want to get a game? Fox like, no, I don't do that.
Nice try, nice try. Hey, good to see you.
Oh, man, good to see you. How you doing?
Great.
So he gets smashed up. Do you know who Devon
The same hand that you move with. Mind back. What I was about to do was how bad it was.
Water. I'm just gonna watch you.
You got board set up over there.
It's illegal to walk in the clock. Cost the game. In Blitz, because you force my clock to go down, which people could just do, on purpose. Right? It's just a hustle to make the clock go further. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. You know what I mean? So it's not fair to me. I'm trying to relearn how to play with pieces. I only play online, and it's obviously not as easy. I switch colors every time I play. So.
Okay, Windsor. Now's your time, Windsor. You gonna get him, right?
No, I finally get some kid. Waiting to see the kid.
Who's our favorite chess commentator? Yes. Who's commentating? Dominic is commentating for you, Maurice. No, today. I saw him tonight.
Yeah, I did.
You ready? 2 minutes for that.
Last name first, right?
Okay?
Last name
Go.
first.
You have to use the same hand that you move with to hit the clock. So you move your right hand, hit with the right hand. Don't move with your left hand. Exactly.
Coach Bird, I see you over there looking like a prom coach.
Wow, that's the best move. Definitely. Very good. Would you like a draw?
All right.
Oh, wait. Show him, Dub. Show him. Dub, let me tell you, he's not a little boy anymore.
Wow.
That's when he first met. It's been a few years.
Show what I'm talking
Great picture.
Is mom get in there?
Don't touch me, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh,
All you have to do is talk.
Oh, no problem.
If they put him up, if they didn't put him up, that's okay.
Okay, I shouldn't smile. Don't smile. I smile. Okay. Did you see someone take a video today? So, let me see. No, don't worry. Because I was going to say, if I bring it out. Happy or coffee. But I think that there's or that machine over there.
All right, Sydney, set your pieces up, Sydney.
Try to use the same hand that you make a move with.
Oh, he's got it. All right,
That's already sorted out. So it's like, okay. What you know? He said he was impressed because he can only just 15 minutes every day at a minimum.
Legend killer.
Congratulations, my guy.
Brother, let out.
Good game, thanks.
Maurice is that.
Same hand. Take positions. Right.
It's intimidating if you don't know.
Okay, do it here. Good, we got Grandmaster Ashley here. Gave a little talk, inspiration words, good facility here. We work public educational facility here. Pool tables, but internet reading. It's facilitated with Wayne State. I'm not sure if it's open to everybody always or for students, but a great location here. Hopefully we'll be back at the Detroit Institute of Arts in next year. So it's already probably going to be a whole nother year till we get the chess program going again. But if chess goes on, life goes on. So a lot of our more serious players today, so a lot of programs, different schools, programs going on, tournaments. Michigan Open, probably going next week, or Labor Day weekend. School year be starting up. So I'm gonna sign off. Sabbath starting soon. So appreciate Maurice Ashley, Grandmaster Ashley coming and helping out our club. Good to see everybody, and have a great weekend.